Chapter 33. I wake up sometime later with a throbbing headache. I vaguely remember having a bad dream about my family, but already the subject and theme evaporate in comparison to the reality. Judging from the angle of the sunlight streaming down through the grates in the deck, it's an hour or two past noon. I reach up to the mesh sling above me, almost a miniature hammock, pull the pack from it, and open it. The first thing my hand touches is the mostly empty water bottle. Slowly, I stand up, then quickly collapse back into the hammock, assaulted by waves of nausea and a worsening headache. I finish the small amount of water, closing my eyes to clear my head. When I reopen them, my stomach has settled slightly, and my head aches instead of throbs. Once more, I attempt to stand up, even more slowly. Gaining my feet, I walk through the rows of hammocks, still empty of bodies, around to the kitchen area. The cook is standing at the front counter, scanning a paper.
"Excuse me, sir. Is there somewhere on board where I can fill my water bottle?"
"Why, indeed there is, young sir."
He rounds the counter and walks to the nearer corner of the dining area. There, he gestures to a barrel tapped near the bottom.
"You can get drinking water here. Just be aware that on some legs, we resort to rationing if we're running too low, especially if we've received little rainfall. The name's Hayes."
I reach out and grip his extended hand firmly.
"I'm Corban. You're the cook, yes? I mentioned I had some beginning skills in cooking, and Captain Hansen said she already had a fine cook aboard."
"Aye, the good captain is right gracious in her compliments. Though I do know as how to feed men and women, and I've heard few complaints since I began years ago."
"Yes, well, thank you. I had my first drink last night, turning 16 and all, and I'm trying to recover from the after effects."
"Well, doesn't that just beat all? Our newest crew member, not 2 days past 16. Here."
He walks to a smaller barrel just inside the kitchen area, pulls out an apple and tosses it to me. In my state, I barely manage to keep it from falling to the floor as I juggle it and my bottle.
"That should speed your recovery. I'll see you at supper time."
Hayes smiles before turning back to the kitchen. I thank him before filling my bottle, drinking some, then topping it off and returning to my hammock. I slowly eat the apple as I resume looking through my pack. An unfamiliar white envelope sticks out of one of my school journals, which I immediately pull out to examine. It's addressed to me, just my name, written in what I believe is Mother's hand. Carefully, I turn it over to open.
Was this meant for me to open yesterday for my birthday?
Inside is one sheet of paper, folded in 3 parts to fit within the envelope. I unfold it, realizing it's a short note from Mother.
3rd of September, year 66. Corban. First, I want to tell you how proud I am of you, darling. All of us are proud, even though your father might have trouble expressing it. Whatever choices you make, I'll be proud of you. I've said it before, but it bears repeating now. Don't apologize for who you are, who our Creator has made you to be. But also, don't try running from it. It will find you, however far you run from it. Think of Jonah. He tried sailing across the whole great sea to escape his calling, but the Creator brought him around anyway. Second, I hope someday you can forgive us. Forgive your father first. He's always been insistent that he knows what's right for all of us, especially you. You are a gift from our Creator, but you aren't our gift. You're a gift to the world, meant to be used for His great and mysterious purposes. Forgive me, second son. I should have stepped forward to intervene long ago. I should have advocated for your well-being. Instead, I gave in to your father's wishes. Third, I want to tell you this. You are ready, Corban. Whatever comes next in life, you are ready for it. You were such a persistent learner, for your father and I, and for your teachers at school. Each and every report I received from them was a glowing commendation for continued learning. I made sure your father read each of them as well, if only to serve as evidence that you weren't wasting your time in public school. So, you should know that, whatever adventures await you in life, you'll meet them just as well as you have up until now. I know things are about to change soon for all of us. I don't know how exactly, but I believe it will happen. Our future is a mystery, and I trust the Creator will take care of all of us, just as He has done before. Believe in Him, and trust His great purpose for your life. Love, always and forever, Mother.
I read the note thrice before setting it aside. I look up at the hints of sunlight streaming down to me and close my eyes, pondering my mother's last words to me as tears slowly roll down my cheeks. Mother and father each loved me in their own unique way. Of course, I could forgive them for that. The Creator Himself knew how difficult it was to be a parent. Who am I to judge them in that regard?
Perhaps she could have had an idea of some changes happening, but she couldn't possibly have known the magnitude of such changes.
Suddenly, I open my eyes, reflecting on the precious nature of Mother's letter. I carefully return it to its envelope and retrieve the notebook I found it in, intending on keeping it as safe as possible. I open to the middle of the notebook and stop.
I'll treasure it always. I'm sure Mother just meant for it to be a regular note, but there's no way she could have known it would be her last letter to me. Just like you have no way of knowing if you'll see Colette again.
I rummage through my bag until my hand closes upon what I'm searching for, a pen. I've a letter to write and deliver, and I'm running out of time if I'm to do it before the ship sets sail. I immediately start writing, barely considering my words, until I've made a mistake too large to keep in the letter. I turn to the next page, about to start over, when I stop myself.
At this rate, I'll run out of paper.
I take a deep breath before taking a few minutes to ponder what I want to write. A letter that will embody both my current thoughts and feelings, as well as possibly my last. After some time of contemplation, I'm set on the right words, and I put pen to paper, carefully writing in my best penmanship, not stopping until I've completed it all. I only pause as I reach the bottom, considering the closing to my letter. After reaching a decision, I finish it, reading through it once again to determine its overall appearance.
September the 4th. My dearest Colette, I wish I had more time to share what you mean to me. I believe you already know, but just in case you don't. Apart from Mother, you are the first woman I've ever loved. Whatever the future has in store for the two of us, you will always hold a special place in my heart because of this. I say the two of us because I'm still firmly convinced that we belong together. I'll believe this until we're parted forever through death, or until the Creator gives me a sure sign that this is not so. You've given me a small taste of what it means to love one and no other, and I want to share it with no other except you. You are smart, funny, beautiful, kind, and confident. I have no doubt that you will carry on your father's business and improve it if such is even possible. And if we're not meant to be together, whoever you end up with will be the luckiest man alive, and I wish him well. I've been reassured, perhaps through the Spirit's doing, that this is the right path for me. You were right. I must go out and find who I am in the world before I can find my home. Perhaps it is here, perhaps elsewhere. I thank you for your wise and candid insight into my life. Perhaps that also is from the Spirit. Therefore today, the Hispaniola sets sail, and I also among her crew. With my family gone, I've decided this is my way to learn of the world and of my one true self. Where it takes me, I've no idea, but I'm confident that my path is watched over and made secure. One more thing about which I'm confident. I will see you again, Colette. I may not know the time or the circumstance, but I will see you again. I pray that our last moments together, last kiss, last embrace, will stay in our memory until more can take their places in our hearts. Until then, you'll be on my mind and in my heart each day. Love forever and always, your Corban.
For the time I have, It's sufficient. I tear it from my notebook, carefully and evenly, and fold it thrice. I place the letters together and close the book.